is right around the corner. I love New Year's. I feel like it's such an inspiring and motivating time. It just gives you an opportunity to have a completely fresh start, a clean slate. So in this video, we are going to start preparing. The goal is to set ourselves up for success, and this can be in really simple ways. This does not have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. We don't have to change everything about ourselves or our entire lives to have a good year. We're just gonna try our best. We're gonna do some goal setting, do some cleaning, all the reset stuff. So let's get into it. Obviously, the first thing that we have to do is reflect on 2023, see what we did well, see what we can improve on. First, I want to look at the vision board I made in last year's video. So here it is. This was made on December 22nd, 2022. This is what I wanted my 2023 to look like. It's a super busy vision board. We have working in coffee shops, we have a cat, we have a new apartment, self-care, reading, lots of cats, and a lot of it was of a school that I wanted to go to and more apartment stuff. So I would say this was actually a pretty accurate vision board of what my 2023 looked like, except for the cat. I did not get a cat, unfortunately. I did move, I got into the school that I wanted to get into, I decorated my new apartment, I studied a lot with friends in coffee shops. This is actually super interesting to look back on because I wasn't expecting to have actually done a lot of these things, but I have, so that's great news. I'm proud of myself. Next, we are going to look at last year's New Year's resolutions, which I don't think is going to be as positive. I have it pulled up in my notes right here. This was also made on December 22nd, 2022. My first resolution was to step outside of my comfort zone more, which I would definitely say that I did. I put myself out there. I really focused on meeting new people. I moved to a brand new place, started at a new school. I was definitely out of my comfort zone this year. Second is read more consistently. I feel like it was about the same as last year. I go through phases where I'll be really into reading for a couple months, and then for the next couple months, after I finished a book, I won't read at all because I don't want to start something new. So I'm gonna say that I did not succeed on that one. Third one is working on my health. No, I did not do that. You know what? I would say in the beginning of the year I did, but after I moved, I feel like things got pretty hectic and I was just busy adjusting to a whole new life. I will give myself a break on that one, but this next year, I don't have any excuses, so I will definitely be working on that more. 4 was to make new friends, which I have definitely done. 5 was get a cat. Again, didn't do that. My apartment does not allow it. So 6, I put school. So in last year's video, I was super mysterious and vague about this. I kept saying there was something that I wanted to do, a big change that I wanted to make that I couldn't tell you guys about quite yet, and that was that I wanted to transfer to a different college and move to a new place, which I have done. It was not easy to do that, but I have done it. 7 was improve morning and night routines. I would say that I did this. Again, especially in the beginning of the year when I was very much in my routine before I moved. And 8 was develop new healthy habits. That's kind of a horrible New Year's resolution because what does that even mean? That is so vague. I have no idea what I meant by that. Obviously, I can assume what those healthy habits might be, but that was just so general that I can't really say that I did that. So that's kind of an example of a bad New Year's resolution because it's not measurable, it's not specific. So basically, I did half of my New Year's resolutions last year, so we're gonna have to shoot for higher this year. I do want to take a second to just look at my 2023 achievements and just the positive things that have happened this year, because I feel like after looking at my New Year's resolutions, it doesn't feel good to look at those resolutions and only have done half of them. But New Year's resolutions are obviously not the only way to measure how good a year was. So I do want to take a second to honestly just pat myself on the back and appreciate all the positive things that happened this year, which I would encourage you to do as well, because it's so easy to be hard on yourself during this time and let it become a really toxic time of year rather than an inspiring one. And I am proud of myself because this year I feel like I did a bunch of things that a few years ago I would have never done. Like I transferred schools, I got into my dream school, which was a little process. If you know, you know. I moved to my dream city. I hit 700,000 subscribers on YouTube. I got to go to some really cool events. I went to a premiere for a Netflix show and got to go to an Apple event, which was so cool. I worked with some amazing brands this year. Yeah, overall just like a lot of positive things happened that I also need to take into account when I'm looking at this year, because you can't just focus on the things that you didn't do, which sounds obvious, but a lot of us are super hard on ourselves, like I said. But now it is time to set new resolutions. All right, you guys, so I unfortunately lost the footage of me coming up with my New Year's resolutions and writing them down. I have no idea what happened, but I'm here to tell you guys what they are. And not only that, we are going to brainstorm some ways to follow through with these resolutions, because I feel like I always just set the resolutions and then forget about them. And there's no like plan in place to get me to follow through with them, if that makes sense. So let's go through my list, and for each one, I want to think of what steps I need to take to get to this goal. So here is my list of New Year's resolutions. The very first thing on my list is learn how to cook. This is something that I have been wanting to do for years and have just never done. I've watched cooking shows, I've watched videos, and it's just not working for me. So something that I want to try out to get me to cook is a meal delivery service. Not sure exactly what you would call it, but something like HelloFresh. This is not an ad, but I do want to try it out. I think having those like pre-portioned ingredients already there for me, everything's planned out, I just need to follow some instructions. I feel like that would make it so much less stressful in my mind, and it would just be easier to get myself to do it. So I'm writing down HelloFresh subscription. Another thing is look at cooking videos on TikTok. They are always so fun to watch, even as someone who can't cook, and I feel like they're always inspiring. So having my TikTok algorithm know that I want to learn how to cook, I think could actually be helpful, kind of taking advantage of my social media and making it fit my goals more rather than having it feed me just like pointless and unhealthy content. My next New Year's resolution is invest in my personal style. I have really realized how good it makes me feel to look good, not even in like a conceited way or anything like that. I just love feeling confident in whatever outfit I'm wearing, in my makeup, in my hair, just in my physical appearance in general. I feel like my mood is totally different. Having that confidence puts me in a better mood. It makes me feel more capable, and it's just really fun. So something that I can do to get started on that right now is book a hair appointment. I always put it off. I need to get a haircut. So if I book one now for the new year, that would be super helpful. Next one is have a good sleep schedule. So I'm gonna put start right now. Even though it's not the new year yet, for me, it's the day after Christmas, but hopefully by starting right now, I can already have a better sleep schedule by the new year. Another thing is I want to have healthier caffeine, whether that's like tea or I don't even know what else. I would have to look into it. But coffee just does not make me feel good. I always drink it and then feel kind of weird, kind of energized, and then I'll just crash later that day and feel so much more tired than I would have if I just hadn't drank coffee. Next one is read consistently. So basically for me, that just means to always be reading something. I have a really bad habit of reading a book, and then as soon as I finish it, I won't have the energy to start another one for months until I get inspired to read again or I have an idea of a book in mind. So something I can do now is pick out a new book before the new year so that I can just start reading it in the new year. And my next resolution kind of goes along with that. It is read more self-help books, and I put at least 3 this year, or I guess next year for me as I'm filming this, but I know that's not a lot, but I'm also going to be reading other fiction books probably more often, and self-help books for me are just kind of slower to get through because they're not as like interesting sometimes. So 3 is a good number for me. A way that I can read more self-help books is to listen to the audiobooks. That way I can still be getting all the information, but maybe I can be multitasking, I can be cleaning my apartment, I can be doing my makeup, whatever that is. Sometimes self-help books are just boring and it's hard to get through, so listening to it I feel like would be a lot easier to wrap my head around. Next resolution is to post consistently on YouTube, which for me that would mean once a week. Same thing with reading. I have a habit of getting in phases where I'm doing really well, I'm posting really consistently, and then for like a month or two I'll be really off my game and just stressed out and not be able to post as much. And I wish I could just always be on my game posting consistently. So what I can do is always have a video pre-filmed. That way I'm not rushing to film something. I can just edit it if I need to get a video quickly. And second thing I'm gonna write down is just time management. I need to get much better about managing my time, especially while balancing school. My next resolution is to journal twice a week. Right now I do not journal twice a week, and that is because I usually journal at night, and I just don't think that that works for me. So we are gonna change the time of day that I journal. Maybe instead of keeping my journal by my bed, I can keep it at my desk and do it in the mornings, which would also help with my sleep schedule. I really want to be able to wake up early and have slow mornings, just have a lot of time for myself where I'm not just like rushing to get ready and go to class. So I could wake up early and have time to journal in the mornings, and I think that that would be so nice. And my last resolution is to work out consistently, and I put do that twice a week, which I know doesn't sound like much, but the thing is, if I put down workout 5 times a week, I will not do it at all. Maybe I'll attempt for like the first couple weeks or something, but I feel like I would just get discouraged so easily because that is not realistic for me. Since I haven't worked out in a while, it's not in my routine, and doing it 5 times a week, it just wouldn't really be possible. So setting a realistic and measurable goal, I feel feel like will just work much better for me. So 2 times a week is so doable, and that can help it to become a habit. And then once I get more comfortable with that, I can move it to 3 times a week and 4 times a week and whatever. It'll feel more like a part of my routine rather than a New Year's resolution that I just need to keep up with. It'll be a lot more natural. But right now, I don't really have a good like gym situation. I don't have a good place to work out. So I want to research gyms in my area / workout studios, because I do think it would be nice to go back to doing classes. Or I can find like YouTubers that I like that make workout videos, and I can just do it at home. So I have a lot of options. There's not just one way to reach your goal. I'm basically just trying to make my goals as easy as possible for myself by doing this. If we make our goals easy, we're more likely to do them. It's more likely to become a habit, and it'll be so much easier to actually follow through with them. And not only that, but exceed your goals. I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I worded that right, but yeah, those are my New Year's resolutions for 2024. Okay, something new that I want to try this year is setting quarterly reminders to check in with my New Year's resolutions. So you could also do this as just like a mid-year reminder. It doesn't have to be quarterly. So July 1st, set a reminder on your phone to check in with your New Year's resolutions and see how far you've come, if you've been taking the steps you need to take to reach them, and if not, figure out what you can do to change that. I'm gonna set quarterly reminders, so April 1st, July 1st, and October 1st. That way every 3 months, I'm gonna have a reminder on my phone to look at my goals to make sure that I'm completing them. Because I feel like what happens most of the time is that I set these goals, and for the month of January, I'm doing great. February, I'm kind of doing okay. And then by March, I forget about everything. So a way to ensure that that does not happen is setting those reminders on your phone and scheduling them for certain days of the year. And to take it a step further, another thing that you could do is have check-ins with friends. Maybe pick a friend to do this with, and on those days of the year, meet at a coffee shop or go to lunch or do something like that and talk about whether you've been working towards your goals or not. And if you haven't, then figure out ways to tweak what you're doing so that it's easier for you to work towards those goals. I feel like having that outer accountability of having a friend check in with you, at least for me personally, that would really help. Or if you don't have someone to do that with, honestly, this is not even for like self-promo or anything like that. Come back to this video on those days of the year and comment and give me an update. Tell me what you've been doing to work towards your goals. Or you can be honest and say, actually, I've kind of been in my flop era and have not been putting in the effort that I want to. So here's what I'm gonna do to change that. Stuff like that. I think we all need those like mid-year reminders, because it's so easy to just forget about New Year's resolutions and the things that you wanted to achieve throughout the year. Anyways, now that we have our goals set, let's make a vision board. So for my vision board this year, I want to try something slightly different and keep it really simple. I feel like last year my vision board had a lot going on. There was just a ton of stuff on it, which was fine. It was cute and there's nothing wrong with that, but I've been watching a bunch of these like New Year's motivational videos recently, and in one of the videos, the girl's vision board stood out to me. Her name is Rebecca J, and it stood out because of how simple it was. I was like, wow, that is just like so refreshing. I feel like usually vision boards are really busy, but that one was just easy to see what the goals were. There was minimal text, there were just like a few meaningful quotes, not very many pictures, and I just really liked it. So we're gonna do that. I feel like the theme of this video is about keeping your goals simple and achievable, so that's how we're gonna make our vision board. Let's look on Pinterest and find pictures that really align with our goals, not just like, oh, this picture is aesthetic and cute and this is what I want my life to look like, so I'm gonna put it on there. Again, nothing wrong with that, but I want to really be intentional with how I'm picking out these pictures and really making sure that they align with a specific goal that I have. All right, let's see. I have 8 New Year's resolutions, so we are going to pick out 8 pictures. Okay, I have gone through and found a picture for all of my New Year's resolutions. I just made a Pinterest board called 2024 Vision Board. I just put a bunch of pictures on there, and then now I'm gonna go through and choose my favorite one from each resolution that I made, and that's what I'll use for the vision board, and then we'll start putting it together. Okay, you guys, I finished my 2024 vision board. I am so happy with how it turned out. I love the simplicity. So here it is. Over here, we have a picture of a self-help book that I want to read. We have a healthy meal that looks like it's home cooked. This one is a super cute outfit. I also want to take pictures more, so I feel like this picture is just multiple goals in one. I also really want this bag. I literally discovered it last night, and now I've been seeing it everywhere, which is so weird. I did not even realize like how popular it was. And then I found this picture today. So this one has to do with investing in my personal style, feeling confident, feeling cute, taking more pictures, all of that. This one is just a cute picture of reading more often. This one is obvious. This is a YouTube plaque. I actually meant to put a little text that says Kenna Marie over the name because I feel like that's just a good way to manifest, you know? Hopefully we hit this goal in 2024, and if I can stay consistent, it's definitely a possibility. Also, if you didn't know, this gold plaque means you hit 1 million subscribers. We have this picture of sun peeking through the windows in the mornings. You guys know I want to have a better sleep schedule, working out. I think I would really enjoy doing classes again. You guys know I used to do Pilates, and I do want to start that back up, so I want to look into a membership near me. And then this one is of journaling. And then we just have a few quotes that I liked. I kept it really simple. I put this one that says, "Success comes from what you do constantly," which I feel like consistency is a huge theme throughout all of my New Year's resolutions. So I thought that one was perfect. And then I put, "I have a beautiful life and I can and I will." I feel like this one specifically was really inspiring to me. It's short and sweet. To me, it means having self-discipline. So something like working out. I could just not do it if I wanted to. I don't technically have to. Nobody's forcing me, but I can do it and I will do it because I know that it's going to better me. So that was pretty much the ideas behind all of the pictures that I put. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this yet because I actually really love the little like aura background that I have on my computer right now. So maybe I'll make a vertical version to keep as my phone background. I feel like that would be really cute. So I'm super happy with my vision board. You guys, I just set up an Audible subscription. I am so excited. I mentioned this earlier in the video, and I just actually feel like it is going to help me so much. We are gonna look for 100 essays that will change the way you think, because I've heard so many good things about that book. Oh wait, I think it's included in my subscription because it says that I can just play it. Yay! Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is clean out my closet. If you haven't watched my channel before, you would not know that this is actually my hometown. I don't live here full time. I'm just home for winter break. So this is my hometown closet, and there's a lot of things in here that I don't wear anymore and that I probably forgot I even had. So we're gonna go through, clean it out, make sure I actually like everything that's in here. I wanna do that with my whole room, honestly. So we're gonna see how far we can get today, but for sure, I wanna get my closet done. And while we do that, this is the reason why I actually got Audible right now, is so that I can listen to this audiobook. I've never listened to an audiobook before, so I'm really excited. You too. Okay, I finally got my order. They actually gave me a medium. That was kind of a whole mess. I didn't even get the drink that I thought that I was coming for because it got discontinued. They didn't take my order, and so there was like kind of a problem at the window, but it's okay because this was free. Let's see if it's good. Okay, yeah, that's still really good. I'm happy with that. Okay, I have to get home soon, but I thought it would be nice to just sit in the parking lot for a minute and get a head start on some of my New Year's resolutions. So I have a very small list of things that I want to do. First up, we are gonna look into HelloFresh. You guys know I wanna sign up. I'm curious about how much it costs. I'm not gonna place an order yet because I'm still in my hometown. I don't need it until I get back to my apartment. So we're just looking up how much it costs. Okay, so it's looking like it's like $8.99-ish per serving. Also depends on how many meals you're getting a week. And I would probably just start with the smallest amount a week so I could see if I like it first. So that sounds doable. Everyone is saying that it's cheaper than eating out, but more expensive than grocery shopping, which I'm fine with because it's not like every single one of my meals is gonna be HelloFresh. I'm definitely willing to invest in my health. This is the price that I'm paying basically to learn how to cook. So next on my list is to text my hair girl. I really need to get a trim. I wanna get better about getting trims more often because I know that that's that's way better for growing your hair out actually than just never getting a trim and growing it out as long as you can, because then all the ends are just gonna be dead. And I was thinking about getting layers, but I don't know. Every time I get them, I kind of regret it. So I think I'm just gonna get some face framing pieces and a trim. So I am going to write out a text to my hair girl, but I'm not gonna text her today because it is Christmas Eve when I'm filming this, so I don't want to bother her. Okay, I wrote it out. I just said, hi Natalie, are you available for a cut next week? I'm free these days. I'll figure it out when I get more used to my school schedule for next quarter. And then I just said what I wanted, which is a trim and some face framing pieces. So I will send that out at a more appropriate time, but at least I know what I'm gonna say, so it's just easy to send that text and there's no like putting it off. Once I get back to my apartment, I can just text my hair girl, order my HelloFresh, and we will be set. And then another thing I want to do really quick is choose a fiction book to read. So I already have a nonfiction book that I'm reading and a nonfiction book that I'm listening to. So now I want to have a fiction book to read just like for fun. And I'm kind of interested in reading more like fantasy books, or not just like romance, I guess, because that's kind of all I read right now. And I feel like I should venture out a little bit. And I've been hearing about, I think it's called what is it called? A Court of Thrones I don't know. Wait, let me look it up. A Court of Thorns and Roses, that's what it's called. Why did I say thrones? I'm pretty sure this is the first one in the series. Yes, okay, it is. That's exciting too, that this is a whole series, because that means that it will be much easier to follow through with my goal of reading consistently, because my problem is usually that I don't want to like start a whole new thing, learn a whole new world, all new characters, all that kind of stuff. So having a series to read will be so much easier, and I love reading series. They're so much fun. So that completes my little checklist. Also, wait, I want to show you guys my nails. I just did these the other day. I think that they're so cute. Okay, anyways, to close out this video, I want to say the same thing that I did last year and the year before, which is all of this stuff does not have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be stressful. And if that's what it feels like for you, then just don't do it, you know? I feel like during this time of year, we put so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect and to have all these new goals and to literally change so much about ourselves. I think I said this earlier, but when I was watching all of these like New Year's prep videos the other day, I was just getting so overwhelmed. Like it just made me feel icky and weird. I don't know. And like I just didn't want to do any of it. And I don't want that to be how you feel after watching this video. My main focus is to, like I said, just make it easy to accomplish your reasonable goals. I think you guys get the point. Just don't be too hard on yourselves. Anyways, I am hoping to make quarterly videos checking in with like my New Year's resolutions and stuff like that, so that you guys can also stay on track. So yeah, stay tuned for those. Subscribe if you're not already, if you want to. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have the best 2024. I wish you all good luck completing your goals. You guys can do it, and I will see you next year with another video. Bye guys.